Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RacialInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. And try and do 10, 15-minute videos. I'm trying to get a little better. I think yesterday I got down into the 20-minute. So that was encouraging. We have a bit of a funny day here today in that Mr. Powell is presenting to the U.S. Congress right now. I tell you, man, it's awfully tough to make the bullish case like the market needs a bunch more stimulus and needs more free money when the damn stock market looks like this. It just keeps churning higher and higher and higher. And this in itself is a diamond, which means that we probably need to go up almost exactly the same equal distance up top here. So we just keep climbing the wall of worry, going higher and higher and higher. We'll say, though, one thing I noticed earlier today that kind of jumped out at me was I think we now have a fully fledged Dow theory sell signal working here now. So you can see the Dow has clearly gone to new highs here, but the transports just look like shit. So I do believe that this fall, they're setting the stock market up for a pretty big drubbing. If anything, we kind of don't want this stock market to just keep grinding higher here into the fall and just keep going and going and going, because that's going to set up like a crash scenario. And I thought it was interesting, and I can't remember exactly which market was it. Was it the ES, Kevin? You pointed out that we actually hit the top of a megaphone on a chart pattern.
Yeah, the ES.
That's never a good sign. Was that off of this ES here, this future? I don't know I can't remember what image it was that you were showing.
Yeah, but it would be drawn off the high kind of by your blue line up there. Off those two.
Like up there?
Yeah, anyway. Off of those two highs there.
Point is anybody looking at this should be like, it's kind of like a straight line up, and things can't move in one direction forever. So I don't know. It's tough to call these exactly. I mean, this was interesting. It was right around the January options expiry, so there's a huge pivot there. Cool, Kelly Loeffler and all that. They got caught insider selling stock. Remember all that? I mean, it was just blatant. They knew something big was coming, and sure enough, kaboosh. Be interesting to look at like sort of a time perspective, because it almost looks like we're there to there. Sort of like midpoint of this correction to midpoint of this correction, 239 bars. So midpoint of this correction to, we're a bit overdue here. Maybe we need to be in like here somewhere. I don't know. I'd be surprised if the market broke in August, but I'll tell you, man, I'm hearing like sickness and stuff like that in Europe. It's just getting out of control now. And also in Asia too, I'm hearing, and like there's like it's like chaos in like countries like South Africa, basically just deteriorate into absolute anarchy. So get ready, folks. That image alone has got to be a bit concerning. Mark, you just like back here at some point you go, at some point this thing's gonna have to come back down. And so here we are. This is probably another one of these Brian's usually right, but Brian's usually early. And how long do we have to sit and go through this torture until this son of a bitch actually breaks and starts cleaning itself up? I don't know. But I do have a funny feeling it's going to happen this fall sometime. But that's just my opinion. And then what is that? We're July, August, September, October. So that could be anywhere between now and the next 4 or 5 months. Once we're through November, December, we should probably be on the other side of whatever this short-term correction that needs to happen sort of seasonally. The question ultimately is, where the hell does this top out here? Interesting. If we use this sort of same analogy, you can see this sort of back and forth, a very wide W here, and then the chop higher through this sort of grind final phase. Well, there's the W, there's the chop higher. Is this that final grind phase here that we have to go through this? And how long was this period? That bottom grind to the top was like 95 bars. That's like 3 months. So bottom grind to the top. That puts us, man, the end of October. What a surprise. The stock markets ever break the end of October? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, goodness. Anyway, what do you say to a market like that? It's not cheap, that's for sure. Damn expensive. Running out of free money. Got to get those politicians to start jacking more free money, or I don't know how this is going to end. Maybe we got to get this thing to break to get the politicians to approve the free money so that the next cycle can play. Who knows? US dollar index itself. I think I went on length recently about how I am a US dollar index bull. But these fiat currencies, it's almost laughable how they're just destroying them here. I wouldn't even be surprised at the end of all this that Bitcoin's actually in this US dollar index. That would not surprise me at all. So what do you say about that? I mean, I love the idea of buying this US dollar index down in these lows. I did buy some calls back here. Didn't reload. Didn't even trade. I should have, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hindsight's 2020. Probably should have lightened up and then reloaded, but oh well. So I haven't done anything here. I suppose if we get another pullback against these lows, I might take another look at the calls again. But I'm loaded up on the long calls and just not really doing anything else. Dude, I definitely do like the idea of maybe shopping a bit more for some of the bear ETFs, add to those positions in my registered accounts and stuff. Crude oil keeps marching higher. Where's the end of this? And of course, I think I just said there a moment ago, this crude oil, and actually, maybe there's a nice juicy top to finally put a halt to this insanity. But the crude oil moving higher has created that Dow theory sell signal here. Well, that's not good. So it's $73 a barrel in this fucking COVID world. What the fuck? And the worst part about it is it looks like this thing's pointing a hell of a lot higher too. Ugh. So what a great testament to them. The crude oil people, they're not going to take a fucking haircut when it comes to the value of the US dollar. So they're going to dilute the US dollar? Fine. They're just going to put the crude oil price exactly the same as it was before. I get the impression they just doubled the amount of US dollars out. So on a relative historic basis, this is about what, $30, $35 a barrel? I think that sounds about right. But in this fuck you Fed world, where they just don't care about the citizens, the only thing they care about are the banksters and the banksters' profit margins. Screw the public. Go dilute the currency so that all the bonds don't default. And if their cost of living just gets cut in half, well, too fucking bad. You're not a banker. You're not part of the 1%. You are a loser. You're a sucker. And Mr. Powell's going to bend you over and have some fun with you. That's what's happening in our society right now. So you might as well enjoy it. In fact, actually, I think there's a nasty saying about rape that goes along those lines. Anyway, that's being facetious, I suppose. What else can we talk about in this crazy market? I was pleased to see that crypto sort of firming up a bit, and the firmness that I'm seeing is out of things like Ethereum and that DeFi kind of conversation, which should be good, right? That should be sort of, if there's going to be a rally in crypto through this summer, it's in the DeFi space that I think it ought to come. It hasn't really kicked in yet, and this almost feels like one of those. I remember Novograd's back last, I guess it was maybe not this past March, but last March, April. Kind of the same thing. I don't know whether he would be thinking the same thing. I can't speak for him, but it almost feels like it's just like, just got to kick the damn thing. It feels like it's close to a bottom. Somebody's got to just step up and kick it in the butt. And I was talking with the site people through a daily brief today about this. This is a higher time frame mountain man level, so I kind of like that anyway off of the Ethereum, and I thought it was interesting, the action. Inverted empire here, very powerfully bullish formation. Of course, nothing's guaranteed in this world, but notice when they brought the market down into this level, somebody said, no, get your butt out of there. So we'll see how this goes. If this fractals out and turns back higher, then I think we got a pretty good looking floor to work with. But It hasn't quite turned yet, and I suppose Alan and his idiocy probably want to watch Dog Money. Same sort of thing. Remove drawings, right? Notice reload zones. There's your fractal bottom. Worked its way right back down to the bottom. So if this thing's going to turn back up and turn, reload zones, nice W bottoms, turn back up, well, now's when it should happen. Also notice on this hourly chart, beautiful bull div coming in here. So, if the W does come in here, then I think we've got something to work with, which is good. I've been sort of saying this for a while. I'm not really overly bearish of crypto. I think this is not a good place to get super bearish of crypto. It's just, are we maybe still a little bit early in calling the bottom? And I don't think we have to do stuff like this. But if the wheels really fall off the bus, somebody says something really nasty, then, maybe we have to go down here. But you can even see, look at that bull div that came in here on this DeFi index. So this market's actually stronger than what price would lead you to believe. I've been sort of, slowly nibbling here and there on names. Again, like smatterings of W's. I'd really love to see, YW turn. Let's really rock this thing, but I got to get this push here. Maybe people are waiting for the Fed to get out of the way here today. Hopefully, Powell just keeps saying, yep, there'll be more free money, more free money. And, I always think that crypto is a good leading indicator in the risk space. So if we see these turns start coming in here, especially on Ethereum, to me, it says that the smart money has put the floor in. Keep in mind, if you're shopping for yield nowadays, don't go to a fucking government bond market. That's a waste of time. I think people that are seriously shopping for yield are coming into DeFi. So, keep your eyes peeled. We could be very close to some sort of pivot here. And of course, if you see the market up through these levels and this big W confirms, well, then I think the summer silly season has probably started in earnest. So we're close. Fingers crossed. I haven't quite turned it bull just yet. Kind of like how Brian was cautioning you guys about coming in too hard on the long side up top. And you had to sit and listen to Brian go, just, be patient, don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. And it was a pain in the ass. Well, I think now we're in this kind of phase. Don't be too sanguine, don't be too sanguine, don't be too sanguine, but, we're awfully close. And then once the market actually breaks, then it's like, okay, woohoo, away we go. Can't put the cart before the horse, but it is looking better. That's probably the way I would look at it. We do have our fun crypto club meeting tonight to continue working through that 100 top names in the crypto space. And it might be interesting just to quickly flip through all the charts that we did over the past couple months. The ones were kind of like, there's a potential bottom coming in here. Let's just see if they're getting any closer. Because I'd be willing to bet as you go through this list that things are looking slightly more firmer. We'll see. We'll take a look at that in earnest in that meeting tonight. Other than that, dog days of summer. Like I said, Fed speaker speaking in front of Congress. The whole sort of Fakezi we have to get from that old cycle into this new cycle. How does that look like? We got to basically convince the millennials that you have to start from scratch here and build your life's net worth and saving from a new base here. Leave the baby boomers. Unfortunately they're trapped in those U.S. government bonds. They might actually have to go through some poverty here before the end of this cycle. We'll see how bad they really punish those baby boomers. But it feels as though they're setting the base for the next cycle. Still think that there's about a year or two of this ahead of us where you just, don't take no wooden nickels. Don't fall in love with anything. Don't chase. I've been talking with the site people about a plan that I'm going to implement that I expect to take $5,000 and turn it into $2 or $3 million. I took $500 and turned it into $700,000 or $800,000 through that crypto cycle back in 17. This is the same logic. It's just I'm going to do it in the stock market this go round. And it's all based, it's predicated on buying value, trying to buy below where insiders are long these stocks. Concentrate on stocks that have been recently rolled back and the old shareholders are getting destroyed. So, you want to follow along and learn how to do that, I'll be more than happy to show you. But that's going to be sort of my big goal over the next, let's say a couple of years. And I think it's completely achievable. It's just a question of building the plan, just executing. In fact, I've even got my shopping list all ready to go. Basically, all I need is 6 trades. And I might even find that all of the 6 trades are actually all contained right in this list right here. So wish me luck. Should be a lot of fun to demonstrate this to the group. And it's this is the way you sort of keep this fun, right? And you keep sort of interest in the market. Because I could tell you, if you don't have these kind of plans where you can make a shitload of money and have some fun just demonstrating this, man, this life is pretty boring. It sucks. So, and if you have to deal with like the Klauses of the world and fucking Powell trying to steal your lunch from you any chance they can get, I mean, it's damn depressing, this world. So let's have some fun. All of you, I challenge all of you to join me in this challenge. And there's no reason why we all can't become stinking rich over the next few years. In the stock market, this should be a really fun environment for us. So, all right, hopefully that's a bit of a pep talk. Actually, it was interesting because on Wednesdays today, Kevin comes on and talks to the group about our secret options formula club meeting that we had last night, and I sort of told the group what I was going to do here with these VCIMers, and Kevin's like, "Wow, man, that's such a pep talk, fucking A, man!" And he was even going on today. I couldn't believe it. I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, okay, enough's enough. Let's just do this. The numbers are there. The stocks are there. The volatility's there. Everything's there. Let's just do it. And Kevin felt quite inspired by that. Tell the good people, Kevin. I mean, I don't want to speak for you. Did you feel inspired by my speech last night?
Yeah, I did. Totally.
So there you go.
I thought let's just awesome.
Go fucking. Yeah, let's just go make a shitload of money. All right, everybody? Are you with me? All right, cool. All right, so follow along, and there's no reason why you can't all do this at the same time too. And, the irony of it all is most of it's just simply patience and discipline. And on a day like this where Fed is speaking and stock markets look like this and the junior market is crapping out versus the big cap stocks, and there's no W's in sight, there's nothing to do today. Today's sort of like, okay, well, what's the plan when the market gets happier? Right now, you just got to sit there and twiddle your thumbs and wait for the market to get happy. And then we'll go out and own the market. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that offering, a little bit of a different bent. Maybe I've wet your whistle a little bit to join the site. I know it sounds like an outlandish claim, but I actually don't think it's too unrealistic. 6 trades, going to sell half of the position at 2.618s, the other half at 4.669s. You all know those numbers. You see them hit repeatedly in our setups, and we're just buying the VCIM names where we know we're buying value and the name's not going off the board. And it's just rinse and repeat. So that's my plan over the next little while. Try and keep a level head through this. For God's sakes, people, do not chase. What's so sad is that Barstool guy and all those people, they have so much aspiration and so much piss and vinegar. And, they'll spend like 10 hours a day staring at a screen, but they don't know what to look for. And so you don't know what to look for. You end up chasing. Oh, well, CNBC says this thing's a great idea. And hey, look, CNBC showed me how I can buy Ripple right at the top of the market. Anybody remembers that? That's that idiot fucking Nautilus coin dickhead. What was his name? Brian Kelly. I think that's what his name was. Can't fucking trade his way out of a paper bag. And for some reason, he's got like $1 million job at CNBC. What a joke. So this is free. No shill, no Tide laundry detergent. One guy Just trying to show you how to do this. If you want to follow along, be my guest. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to leave the rant at that for today. Like I said, nothing really to get too excited, especially with the junior market looking like the way it is. Fed speaker speaking. It's just big hurry up and do nothing for me right at the moment. Ranted a little bit about how I think crypto is kind of close to a floor, but it hasn't turned yet. So as a result, we just got to sit and do nothing and wait and rant and talk about how rich we're going to get down the road if we just follow our plans. All right, everyone. Have yourselves a great day. Kevin, if you could take us on out of here, I'd appreciate it. PMA for the win. All the best, and bye for now.